This is KD4Z. Take another look at PgTgBridge. This time we're connected to the KPA500 Amplifier and the KAT500 Tuner. And I'm going to try to show you a couple things that are the same and just a little different than what happens with the KPA1500, but not much. So just to show you this all is actually connected, I've got a wide shot here so you can see that I'll drag the VFO here and you'll hear the amplifier, probably the tuner mostly chiming in as it's tracking the band back and forth. It's tuning the tuner bypass. There's not a lot of need for a tuner on this band with the antenna. But if we change to a different band, let's say, let's go to 40 from 8, I'll go to 20 from 40 here. Let's see, we're not on top of anybody. Let's do a tune cycle. I'm going to reach up and click the tune button on the Tuner Genius panel, which is lit up. And we just caught a tune using the AT500. It did it quickly. I can give you a tune carrier and you'll see the metering coming up over here. And we do have a tune. Now that you see that we are actually synced with the amplifier, and you can see the amplifier also tracked the 20 meters, I'm going to pause it and zoom up so you can see a little bit more closely what's going on with Smart SDR. Okay, we're back. Sorry about the crooked camera angle here. It's hard to get both of these screens in the frame at once. So now we can see, yes, we're looking at SSDR. We have the amplifier and tuner panels showing up, and this is the tuner section and the Power Genius section. Now, SSDR does not allow scaling the power meter, even though we only need 500 to 600 watts in this application. It's expecting the Power Genius, so the scale is going to be at 1.5K. So when we do things, you'll see that it really is not utilizing all the bar graph, but the numbers are accurate. And we can see down here in the Tuner Genius panel, we also have the inductor and capacitor values relatively indicated here. It's using the functionality that the TGXL uses. The tuner topography is a little different. There's really only one capacitor in the AT500, so I split the values up between the two, C1 and C2, so you get values between the two. It gives you something to look at. You can comparatively see things change, I guess, that way. So the panels have operatable buttons. This will cause a tune action here on this frequency, and this is the operate bypass for the tuner, and it also allows us to, let's see here, that's about all you'll see on this panel. But one thing I want you to notice is the power operate standby control. Watch the power slider here move. We're in operate, of course. I'm going to go to standby, and now you see that our power slider is all the way up to 100. Go back to operate. We're back down to 10 watts, which is what it's configured for on this band. That's coming from the application itself, and the settings screen will pull up here. That's under power control, and we can set those by band. Of other interest here is in the plugin section. I'll show you now that we have the KPA500 and AT500 selected here. But if you look closer, I might be able to zoom in a little bit more here for you. You can see we're not actually connected to the two units via the serial connections. It's using TCP, which is one of the trick things you can do with a Raspberry Pi. I've got serial to net, or SIR to net, set up on a Raspberry Pi. The USB cables from Elecraft for the amplifier and tuner are connected to the Pi, and so PgTg sees the two via the network. This means you can put the amplifier and tuner away from the radio, you don't have, I'm sorry, away from the workstation where PgTg's running. You don't have to have the USB cables connected straight to the computer from the amp and tuner. So the amp and tuner can stay nearer to the radio. At this point, the KPA500 does not support PTT over the wire yet. We'll circle back on that if we can. Right now you still have to use the hardwired RCA cable to get keyed. But you can see that I have these two devices set up here for TCP. They could just as easily be set here for serial, and that would mean you'd have to plug the cables directly into the PC that you're running the software on. We'll leave it back on TCP. So same thing with the tuner. They're both pointing to the same IP address, which is the Raspberry Pi. So that gives you some options that you may not have thought about before. PgTg supports that. Let's see. Not much else different here than the 1500 demo. The metering over here is showing a little bit more useful information in this case, because we actually do have a separate amplifier and tuner. So the tuner values are down here on the bottom. Amplifier values come here, and the temperature, of course, is in the middle. I guess I can give you a tune carrier. You can see some values coming up, and we'll put some heat in the heat sink, and you should see the amplifier temperature climb up there a little bit more. And there you go. Of course, these meters are optional. We do not need to have them open over here unless you want to. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. That's the dog and pony show for the KPA500 and KAT500 with PgTgBridge.